Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum and welcome back to another lecture series by the Wakil of London. As always, I'm not gonna show my face. Today I'm gonna be covering the chapter Constitution from the LLB Trust Law series, and the background is just for attention. We're just gonna get started with the lecture ASAP. Hi, so these are my notes, right? I'm not gonna show my face, and yeah, okay. We're gonna start, right? So now we have the Constitution of Trust. Before just delving into the cases, I've just wrote the key points and which I've placed in front of you. Basically, we're gonna talk about Constitution of Trust, right? What is Constitution? Constitution literally means a legal title, which trust law is basically all about. We're going to touch upon a bit of equity in this chapter because the courts of common law and equity merged by the Judicature Act of 1873, if I'm not wrong about the date. Before we just come on to the cases, I want to give a very short summary of what is going to happen in the chapter and what are the essential things you would need to know, right? So, basically, what you need to see is that what you need to see is yes, okay. So basically, you should know that in order to create a valid express trust, it is a requirement that the trust property must be vested with the trustee, right? Now this literally just translates to that the trustee, when the trust property it is vested with the trustee, this literally means that the trustee needs to have the legal title for the trust to be properly constituted, meaning he would have to hold it for the beneficiary and all of that. We're coming to that very shortly. Now, you should note that we have an essential case which is Milroy versus Lord, and you could see it in front of the notes that I've placed. Now, Milroy versus Lord, this was in Turner Lord Justice Court, where he actually came by two very important components. Now, number one component is essentially divided into three parts, right? Now, so for example, person A wants person B to benefit from a certain property. For example, parent child, they want to give certain property. Really, I'm just kidding. Sorry. So God, I hate this fake accent. I'm so sorry for doing that. Okay. So if person A wants person B to benefit from a certain property, right? Eternal Lord Justice basically came up with three categories of what is going to come in the chapter very soon, shortly. What you can do is that A can give the property to B. In that sense, B is going to get legal and beneficial interest both, right? And number two is a tripartite trust. Now, for a tripartite trust, what could happen is that for a tripartite trust, what happens is what you do is you transfer the property to a third party, and you ask him to then impose a trust upon him in favor of B, right? So you actually impose a trust on a third party, on a party C, and then that party C kind of just holds it for B, right? So in the second essence, you're not you yeah. So and number three is a self-declared trust. Now, for a self-declared trust, what happens is you actually just say it orally, and what happens is you hold it in trust for B, but the issue is you're the trustee and you do not need to transfer the legal title, and the beneficiary just receives the beneficial interest, not the legal title. For example, if one day you get up and you're like, yay, I'm the beneficiary and all of that, and you go to LRA, HM registry, I apologize, LRA is a statute, not a registry. So you go to the HRA registry and you're like, man, I want to see my name for this particular somebody self-declared it, like as if that's gonna happen. Sorry, that was a bad joke. So you'll be like, I'm just gonna go check in the registry, and when you open the registry, your name is not there, man, because you did not get the legal title. If you did not get the legal title, forget the shit. You're not getting anything, but you just get the beneficial interest, whatever that is. Okay, then the Lord Justice, that was the first component. Those are the three ways where you can just have somebody benefit from your property. Now we're gonna jump onto the facts of Milroy versus Lord, since this is a very essential case for this chapter. This is how everything just came into place, right? Sorry if you can see it refry. We're not gonna go to that as of now. Okay, so the facts of the case were as follows. The settlor, who happened to be the uncle to a niece, the beneficiary. Beneficiary is the one who's gonna get the property, or somebody who's holding property in trust for him and all of that. So what happened is the settlor did not transfer the legal title. He only gave the physical possession of the share certificates to Mr. Lord, was the who was the trustee, which the settlor appointed. Okay, right? So on this place, you can see this was imperfectly constituted, as you can see that I've just made it as clear as one could. So this was imperfectly constituted. Hence, what happened was that, and now since this is the beneficiary does not have the legal title, so the court said that beneficiary does not have claim under settlor, because, and then they came up with 3 points. Number one is equity does not assist a volunteer, because the volunteer, this means equity is not going to help the beneficiary because she has not given any consideration. Equity will not perfect an imperfect gift. As you can see, this is a very imperfectly constituted gift. One would rather not give it, and equity does not enforce gratuitous promise. So essentially, these are the three things that came up.